I wanted to make a difference in students' lives. And I understand that who better than a teacher who can do this? Because it is not only the present you shape, it is the future. A students' creativity should be brought to the forefront. The virtual friends cannot replace the real ones. It is not
Yeah.
what you taught that they remember, it is the person who taught them.
Hello and a very warm welcome to Great Principles. I'm your host Seema Chhoriya. Today we have a very special episode on our show. You know, guys, Earth is a potter's playground. Similarly, a school is a teacher's stage where the educator plays various roles like imparting knowledge to mold the next line of citizen. Being a teacher is like owning so many responsibility of a friend, guide, supporter, and a director to a child. With an emphasis on molding children under her tutelage, my guest today feels they are like wet clay that can be shaped in the way they want. Her vision is to groom these future generations and create a difference in their lives. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome my very honored and very knowledgeable guest of today, Mrs. Rupaa I. She is a leading educator from Chennai. Welcome to Great Principles, ma'am. I'm really honored to have you with me today.
Thank you very much. It is a great honor to be here with you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And we are equally privileged to know more about you and share your knowledge with others so we all can be benefited by helping each other out. So, beginning with, ma'am, I would like to know a little more about you, your journey, and what have been your career in education like.
It was by chance that I entered this field because I wanted to make a difference in students' lives. And I understand that who better than a teacher who can do this? Because it is not only the present you shape, it is the future.
Absolutely, ma'am. So, how it all started? I mean, which was your first institute, and how the journey went to? Was
Uh,
it directly?
it
Yeah.
was, I entered the field without any formal training. It is only after that I entered the field that I played it along, and I did not let go of any opportunities that came my way. And I realized that I can connect to the children on their comfortable level. The most important thing is to make a child comfortable. The minute he's comfortable, learning is imbibed very easily. Not many teachers come down to their level. Not many students are comfortable with their teachers. Not many teachers are approachable. So that, I think, was my USP and still is.
Absolutely, ma'am. You know, teaching is an art, and the most important ingredient of this art is to connect with the fellow
Yes,
student, those whom you are teaching. You have to treat them equal. You have
yes,
to understand them,
yes,
and you rightly
yes,
said this is what many teacher lags. And you know, today
yes,
you prove that it's not the training which makes you a teacher, good teacher. Rather, it's your innate qualities of connecting with the students and understanding them that
so
make you a great teacher.
yeah, because information is very freely available nowadays. Nothing can stop students from accessing information on the internet. Why you think teaching is important? That students should remember you as a teacher, as a human being, not as a person who only imparted knowledge. It
So
is
true.
not what you, yes, it is not
Yeah.
what you taught that they remember. It is the person who taught them.
Absolutely, ma'am. And it's the magic that teacher creates that children start falling in love with learning,
Yes,
and you
yes,
know they become lifelong learners. So this is
yes,
how ma'am's journey has been. She always grabbed all the opportunity that came through her way, and here she is today, leading shaping so many lives and leading so many reputed institutes. So moving ahead, ma'am, what is your philosophy when you connect with the students? You said the number one thing is to connecting with the student, but what is
yes,
your
very
personal
important.
philosophy and your personal vision that makes you a unique teacher?
See, I believe that when a student soars to great heights, uh, two people are very, very happy with their success, and they are never jealous of the success they reach. One of them is the parents, the other is the teacher. The higher the student grows, the happier the teacher is. So, somewhere we have been stepping stones for the student to reach their achievements, reach their goals. And that is no better reward for a teacher. So my vision is that students should never hesitate to reach their goals. And if I can be instrumental in a student reaching their goal, it would make me very happy.
Absolutely. So, in turn, it's a responsibility on teacher also that, she
Yes,
needs to make every child feel so comfortable that they can approach
yes,
them and say that I didn't understand this. Even you
yes,
explained us 100 times, please once more.
yes,
So this is the kind of
yes,
comfort that needs to be created in the classroom, right?
yes, yes, very true.
Absolutely. So moving ahead, ma'am, in a conversation and talking about that how education should be, there's a lot of talk about NEP and its implementation, the National Education Policy 2020, and lot has been
Ve-
going on. So many discussion,
yes,
but
yes,
today I want to talk about one particular point. Now, NEP says
yes,
that the medium of instruction for the primary division should be in regional language. I would like to know
yes.
about your thoughts. What do you think? Regional language or English? What
No,
would
there's
make
no
a child be comfortable?
there is no choice between a regional language and English. They should be side by side, helping each other grow. So, a child who's not able to understand in English, the teacher should be well versed in explaining to the child in the regional language what exactly she's trying to explain. So, it is not either or, it is together simultaneously. We can't let go of English. We can't.
Absolutely.
So English has been a world language, is a world language, but the regional language should only empower the children to understand the English concepts better. That is my take on this.
So, do you think that the visionary policy that has been drafted would be successfully executed pan India level in imparting education in regional language?
The foundation is already ready. Any NCF foundation is ready, and going ahead, it is going to be a revolution in teaching if it is implemented properly, and I'm sure it will be implemented. No doubts about it.
Certainly, execution is ultimately the key to success and successful execution.
Yes,
So let's
yes,
see how
definitely.
well this is implemented. Even I'm
Yes,
looking forward to
definitely.
it, ma'am. This is much needed change that we all were expecting since long that has been drafted
Yes,
now.
definitely. I think NEP 2020 will revolutionize teaching in the classroom and bring about a much needed change for the better. Definitely.
Absolutely. So true. So, talking about your journey once again, teaching is definitely not easy. There are a lot of challenges, yet lot of rewards also comes in the way when you see your children
Yes,
smiling and
yes, yes.
confident. So, tell me, which have been your precious moments of accomplishments?
The fact that I have been instrumental for students to reach their goals and remember me, and by chance meeting me, and I may have forgotten their name, I may have forgotten their face or what they look like, but they don't forget, because they don't forget a good teacher that touched their heart, and they come back and they tell me, I am so and so from this batch, and you are my English teacher. Today what I am is because of you. That is my reward, that is my achievement.
Absolutely. Even I still recall my school teachers that how they used to
Yes,
teach me and how their teachings, always come in our life, even when we are working as entrepreneurs. So
yes,
many learnings
yes,
that we got at school level
yes,
just hit back in a flash. So,
yes,
yes, teachers can never
definitely.
forget
Today, a good teacher is never forgotten.
it.
A
True,
good
true.
teacher is never forgotten, and the very fact that they remember you, nothing beats that. Nothing beats that at all.
So true. And that is why, this profession is named as the most noble profession, wherein you not
Yes.
always, transact the rewards in monetary terms. The
No,
satisfaction of shaping a life is much more.
somebody told me this, that it is only this profession that you only give, you don't take.
You don't take. So,
Yes, you don't take.
and, it really takes rare few individuals in this world of today who can be of this attitude of just giving. Honestly,
Yes.
it's not easy. It's not easy, definitely. And we have seen the 2 years, the COVID times, it was difficult to thrive being a teacher.
So it was, I think, one of the few professions that worked full time. We had a demarcation between the house and our school, And in the COVID times, the school came home. So we did not have any demarcation of time. We were working even till late in the night, 11:45, even up to 12 midnight, where our thoughts were a step ahead, what to be prepared for the next day. So that was what the teachers did. I think this is pan India, pan world, all over the world. This is what happened.
Yeah. Right, ma'am. And I really salute to all the teachers. Because of them, the education did continue. It was not possible otherwise.
Yes, it is.
So,
Yes, definitely.
so on this wonderful note of giving so much of respect and tribute to our teachers, we move to our rapid fire round. So, ma'am, here in rapid
Yes.
fire round, you have to answer me in one word or a sentence.
Okay.
Okay, so here goes my very
Yes.
first question to you. What is one thing that you want to change about the current generation?
They give up on their dreams too fast. You should never give up on your dreams.
So, true.
Search that
We
one
look for,
individual. Yeah. Yes, you have to search for that one individual that would support your dream.
this generation actually looks for easy and quick results, and
Yes.
nothing is quick. Hard work is very
Nothing is
much
quick.
important, and nothing is quick.
Yes.
So, moving ahead to my next question. Name a school principal or an educational leader you admire the most.
Obviously, the best teacher is APJ Abdul Kalam, and he's the epitome of a teacher. Everybody looks up to him. And yes, one of you, two individuals have shaped what I am today, uh, although they are no more, but their memory is still with me.
Absolutely. So, moving ahead to my next question now. What is the most lacking feature in today's curriculum?
Today's curriculum lacks the space for the creativity of a student to be showcased. A student's creativity should be brought to the forefront. All the I think all the students only think between the two covers of the textbook, and so do teachers.
Yeah.
So yeah, the creativity is lost.
And with the again coming back to NEPM, reinforcing on that again and again, because that is what it
Yes,
emphasizes,
yes,
learning beyond
yes,
classrooms. So looking
yes,
forward to that once again. Yeah.
yes.
So moving ahead to my next question to you now. In a classroom, what should be an optimal teacher-student ratio?
The best results would come out from a classroom where there are 25 teachers to 25 students to one teacher.
All right.
That would be the optimum.
That would be so. In the past 2 3 years, when children were home, there was a lot of concept of homeschooling, and people started thinking that I can teach well, and
Yes,
why schools are needed. So, what is your thought? Do you
yes.
think homeschooling is a good idea?
Homeschooling does have its advantages, but there's a big disadvantage that I see. You lose out on social skills. You cannot interact with people. You need to interact with peers. You need to know when to stand up and when to give in. That will be lost with homeschooling.
Completely agree with you here. So, last question of rapid fire round. What do you do in your recreational time? What are your hobbies?
I love listening to music, read books. These two are my stress busters.
All right. So it was a wonderful rapid fire round, and I love the answers where ma'am mentioned that children will lack on social skills if they are homeschooled. This is my major
Yes,
concern today. They have so many virtual friends, but what about the real life friends? Earlier, we didn't have any
yes,
reminders, we didn't have any WhatsApp, but we called the people, we
yes,
met them, and greeted
yes,
them. Today, the whole
yes,
essence is lost, ma'am. Do you think that this kind of virtual and technological savvy generation is going
yes.
into depressions and these kind of isolation because of this, because they are not social enough? What are your thoughts?
Yes, definitely true. The virtual friends cannot replace the real ones. However far they may be or however good they may be, you need to have that human touch. Without that, no man is an island. You can't live alone. You need that social interaction. I tell my students and teachers that a school is a microcosm of the society. If you can get along well with your peers in school, you'll have no qualms getting along well in society. That is one of the inane lessons that you need to learn in school.
These days I feel that school should implement a specific period which is allowed to talk freely and move freely, because children barely interact with each other. They have back to back schedules. During lunch hours they will talk, and then again, especially given the fact that they don't get that much time to interact with their peers, because when they are back
Yes,
home they have their own routine of classes going on. They are so
exactly,
busy.
exactly,
So, do
exactly.
you think that
So
having such slot of 5-10 minutes would actually motivate kids and will be a stress buster for them?
we need not have, usually we do need not have such a class set aside for this, because inadvertently you will have some teacher who's busy and there is a free
Hmm.
period and the children interact and they play games and whatever it is, they converse, which is very important. You need to converse with people to know, and you need to listen, you need to speak. So inadvertently there are some free periods that happen. You have a PT period, you have a yoga period. So I think that is balanced. Any more and it would be a three ring circus.
Right. All right. So, to all my dear school leaders, to all my dear teachers, ensure that your kids actually interact. Many a time, I visit so many schools and do not talk, keep quiet, maintain silence. All this is written, but
Yes,
now things have changed. Please encourage children to talk, otherwise, they will be left with smiley languages only. They
yes,
will not
yes. I
understand
know.
any other.
Yes. I read a quote somewhere. A school classroom is not supposed to be a tombstone, a silence of a tomb. It has to be as noisy as a construction site.
So true. So we
That's
all
where
look
we learn.
forward for, yeah, noisy classroom now. So
Yes, yes,
so this was wonderfully explained by ma'am. I really love this answer. So moving ahead to my next question, ma'am. Apart from your hobbies, any sport activities that you are involved in, and why do you enjoy them?
I like playing chess because it talks about patience. It talks about creating, making strategies. It's all about that. So chess is something that appeals to me.
It makes your mind sharp. Also, it's yeah, definitely,
Yes,
ma'am.
it does.
It
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 does. It
it
does.
requires it requires a lot of strategies, and you understand to start reading mind of people. What would be their next
Yes,
move?
yes,
So it's
yes,
wonderful game. Yes. So to all my dear parents, if your kid is little hyper and you think that his energy is not deployed in the right manner, make him play
yes,
chess, and you see the
yes,
difference will occur. So now
definitely.
we come to the last question of this show. So, ma'am, you have been teaching English also. So here is a question
Yes,
to you on English only.
yes,
There are
yes,
many people, those who are very good at this language. They have a good understanding of grammar, but when it
yes.
comes to talking, they're not able to express themselves in the language. Why does this happen, and how we can overcome this?
Yes, because I have faced many students, even parents, who are not confident in speaking. The trap they fall into is that they think in the regional language and then they translate. That cannot be done because English has a very different structure from regional languages. So I tell my students and I tell anyone who asks me this, think in English. The minute you start thinking in English, you will be able to speak fluently. You have everything. You have the resources, you have the mindset, you have the wish. All you have to do is think in English. The minute you think in English, speech will follow automatically.
So true, So this really helps actually, because both languages have very different kind of setup in terms of
Structure,
their
yes.
order, structure,
Structure,
and their
yes.
order. And I really feel that many people don't try to express themselves because they feel that they're not using enough good vocab. They feel that
Yes,
kind of choice of my words might show that I'm not that great, but that really doesn't matter. You should be able to
doesn't
express, and
matter.
that is what is.
Yes, yes, definitely
So, ma'am,
expression is important.
yeah. So, any class activity you would recommend so that we can help our children to be a confident speaker and express themselves better?
Ask them to speak on a daily basis. If not daily basis, a weekly basis. You should have one class separately set aside for speaking. So the minute they overcome their shyness, they overcome their handicap, their class, then they can go on to the assembly, and then public speaking is very easy to pick up once you go in that lane.
So true. And, here I would like to add one more point. Please, when you are facing a stage and when you're trying to express yourself, then be yourself. Do not pretend to be a person you are not, because that is where you fail. The moment you try to
Yes.
be someone else, you lose your own originality, your own essence, and
Yes.
then you just fake it about, and that's where the track is lost. So this
Yes.
was one pro tip which I was taught by my own teacher, that be yourself,
Very
that's
true.
your style, and stick to it. Right, ma'am?
Correct. Right. Very right. Very true.
All right. So this was an absolutely delightful, wonderful conversation, ma'am. Today we learned a
Thank
lot
you.
of things
The
from you.
pleasure is all mine, ma'am.
Yes, thank you so much, ma'am. So there has been, this episode has so much points to share for our parents, for our students, how to be a confident speaker, how you should be more social. Come out of your comfort zone, do the things which you are not otherwise doing. This is what is going to take you ahead in life. So thank you, Rupa ma'am, once again. I hope that your
Thank you.
words resonates far and wide in the world of education. Thank you so
I
much.
hope so. Thank you very much.
Thank you.